Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for sticking around for our shenanigans and our wee little break here. So when last we left our intrepid crew,
you said wee little break.
We're fine.
You gotta go pee in it.
I just got that. Wow.
Oh my god. Sorry. We're also 5. We're really not old enough to be the crew of the Enterprise or any other ship, really. But
excuse me, 5.5.
All right. Okay, 5.5. And since you can get in our heads, I can't even argue with you. So it's the next day cycle. You're out in space. There's no sun that you're gonna get in your room to wake you up, and your captain has called you back to the bridge, and Saritha has a hard time looking anyone in the eye after the very awkward gathering the night before. Her attempt at team building and getting to know her crew has not gone the way that she'd liked. She plans to work on that human interaction while you all are gone, hopefully. So she has everyone present, and she gives you the breakdown of what's going on. And she looks to Morshan because he's science, and she really wants to help him grow. She realized that his goals, his desire to really advance very quickly, not sure where it's coming from, but she doesn't want to stump his growth as a Starfleet officer either. So, Mr. Morshan.
Captain?
What I need you to do for this mission is to send out a beacon to scan the object that has been detected in our adjacent space. See if there's anything odd about it, especially any plant life that doesn't seem to be relevant to where it was launched from. So I need you to do that scanning while the rest of us gather supplies and also figure out the best way to follow the signal once you've identified it.
Sure, I can send a beacon. I think I'll work with comms. They might be more familiar with some of the frequencies in this area, but I can definitely make that happen, Captain. Thank you for having faith in me. And then I kind of lean in and say, and I'm really sorry for last night.
It's all right. It's all right. Think nothing of it. Just remember that going forward, and let your actions speak louder than your words that I hope were chosen due to overindulging in what humans call junk food.
Yeah, and then because I don't really understand social cues, I'm still leaned in for a little too long. So I'm kind of in the captain's personal space for a little
right
longer.
And she's just all right,
and then I kind of get it, but it's a little too late. I'm okay, and then I back up and I start working on the
hi.
Yeah.
So while you're scanning, I need the rest of you to check on the records of you outsmarted your NPC captain for this first episode. You can use momentum if you want, but it's an easy task. You probably don't have to. I need you to look for a ship that is generating a strange radiation field. So, other than Morshan, what would you do? Either role play it out or do rolls to tell me how you would find this ship that we are looking for because of the radiation that is emanating from it.
This is out of my purview, so I'm just kind of standing off to the side, waiting to give Tana this bag of gummy worms that I could put together for her
Oh my god.
so that we can make up.
Oh.
Well, I'm eyeing the gummy worms like very like that's good. We're good. But I would probably look up radiation levels and so that to make sure that my science isn't super high, but I have to think that it ties in a little bit with medicine in terms of like radiation, at least looking at like levels, like, I don't know, doing some research where I can to supplement the scans.
Yes, and once you do find the ship, that medical will come in very handy, Doctor. So trust me, you will have plenty to do once we find the ship.
No, this is just pre gummy worm task.
Worm.
Yeah, so like I kind of see this as a way to kind of earn myself back in favor with the captain. So I kind of say, in addition to working on the beacon, all like all like elements and like isotopes of those elements that do radiate electromagnetic waves at a specific frequency. So if we shoot out waves at this object, see the Doppler shift of the waves as they return, we can get a sense of that frequency, and then we can look, at the periodic table and see where we can go to see exactly what kind of radioactive isotope that we're dealing with, and then we can decide if it's too dangerous to get close to, or if like we can safely approach it.
Excellent. Roll me a engineering. Let me pull up your character sheet.
Okay. Is that what die is that?
That is going to be roll on your engineering. So
okay. Let me look
yep.
at the character sheet. Whoa.
I thought we got rid of that tribble. Why is it still making noise in the background?
Oh, because I have an extra one. That's why I have an extra one.
You can't have an extra tribble on my ship.
Yeah. So my engineering is a 3. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So then what die do I roll? I'm assuming I add 3 to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Roll 2d20.
Okay. All right, 2d20 plus 3. Okay. Oof.
Contraband triples.
Triples.
Ooh, you just squeaked by.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 6
right.
and a 2. That's awful.
It could be worse if you didn't have that modifier. All right. So while you do find what you're looking for, the most important piece of information that you find is that the star that emitted the shockwave that sent this pulse out was once home to the Vihari, which is GSC 690-217-TW42. The star that was there had collapsed into a neutron star and is only 10 kilometers in diameter and is twice the mass of Earth's sun. There's other information, but it's too garbled for you to make out. Do you want to attempt another scan with a higher roll, or do you want to just keep scanning for a little longer?
I want to attempt another scan. So
right.
Is that the same roll?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. There we go. 25.
Wow, you found all of the information this time. That second scan was much more productive, Mr. Marchand. So the other things that you have found is if the star had been larger than it was, which is about 8 solar masses, it could have collapsed instead of forming a black hole. And even as it's sitting now, the neutrons that it's emitting are hazard to navigation, and it needs to be very carefully cataloged. So I suggest that you get the assistance of a Forlan when you do this.
All right. So I relay the appropriate navigational data to Forlan so he knows sort of how close to get when he's piloting, and to like basically we want to keep like a certain radius around this object so we're not getting too close to the gravitational warping of space-time that something that massive would do. So I pass that information on to him.
All right, and it's good that you did that, because if you get too close to it, this could endanger the ship and us. So for the remainder of this attempt to find out more about the star and the shockwave that went out, I suggest that you and the rest of the away team ready to board a shuttle.
Okay. All right.
Have you found anything, Doctor, regarding the radiation?
Oh, you're muted.
It's story of my life. Sorry. I take the information that Morshan gave to Forlan and compare it with what I've researched. Could make a roll for to see if it's like what's the threshold for our safety, for the ship's safety, like everyone on it, to make sure that we approach with the appropriate caution.
All right. Please take the doctor's words under consideration and get ready to board the shuttle. I will accompany you to the launch bay, and then after that, I will monitor your progress from the bridge. So everyone get ready to get to the shuttle.
Okay.
All right.
We'll miss you.
Oh. I'm
You're going to.
Yeah, I was like, you're going to.
No, I meant you, Captain.
Oh, well. Good luck, Counselor. Please keep our crew safe and well.
You'll miss us too?
think you got about as good as you're gonna get there.
Typical Vulcan response.
I am responsible for the ship. I cannot outweigh the needs of the few for those needs of the many.
So I'm looking at both of the. I'm looking at this happening, and I'm picking up what the captain is putting down. And I look at Helena and say, "We really should go. Do you have any more of those gummy worms? Because are you bringing some? That would be awesome."
I also have chocolate covered raisins.
So like,
I'll try those.
You don't like fruit?
Not covered in chocolate, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or maybe just raisins.
I'll check my supply.
Thank you.
As like I hear this, I like try to like hide the fact that my pockets are like bulging with with my braided worms because I'm greedy at this point. But I do sort of like slyly so I walk past the captain's station, and I slyly attempt to put a cup of water and 2 braided worms there. Because I want her to, as we're leaving, I just want her to have a little treat, again, because I'm still trying to be very apologetic. So that's my way of getting back in there.
It's really nice of you.
Yeah.
Forlan sees all of this, and this is all right. Everybody get on the bus.
Your captain just raises a very well manicured eyebrow at this odd gesture from Morshan, and then looks at you as you board the shuttle and stands at attention and gives you a very crisp salute.
All right, and then as like the shuttle door closes, I'm like, I'm just a straight shooter, because I think that's some sort of positive greeting that I learned from Forlan. So I just kind of shout that out as the doors close. Yeah.
What have I done?
Wow.
And then like I kind of look at like Forlan, like really pleased with myself, like yeah.
Wow.
At this point, Helena's like standing behind, like waving furiously at the captain as they leave, just like super excited. And like, bye!
Because I know that she's Vulcan, even though she knows that I'm not. I'm gonna flash the symbol, but I do it like this because I can't ever really do it right. But it's kind of like
game sign version of Live Long.
No, it's like I tried, and I get it right at the end, but then it falls apart, and I just wave like I'm trying to be Vulcan for you. I care.
Wow. I know. So you all board the shuttle. You've got your coordinates, and that is where we're going to leave session 0. When we pick up next week, you'll be looking for the exact place you need to go, which I know and you don't, as the GM. But I know it's a slightly shorter session than a lot of you may have expected, but I want to leave time at the end for a bit of questions from the chat, since it's our first time playing together. It's our first time playing and GMing Roll20. I've never played this before, and I'm GMing it. So we're just a bunch of nerds that got together and decided to play this game, and in my case, GM it, because I like everyone here. And clearly this is going to be a very interesting journey through space as we take this one. So either for our characters or for us as player and GM, what is it that you were expecting tonight? What is it that you liked, maybe didn't like? Be honest. I'm still new to this GMing thing. Thanks, Wing Lioness. So CJ asked, will there be, I feel like the only correct answer to this question is yes, merch. I don't work in Roll20, so I can't answer that. Maybe Dirtbag Boyfriend is in the chat, or CJ is in the chat.
That's trademark me.
Or a Misty question.
No, I'm joking. Take it, Roll20. Go with it. I'll be the first one to buy that shirt. I believe in terms of buying that shirt, I feel like the only correct answer is yes.
Yes. We don't want to infringe on Misty's copyright.
Can there be gummy worms and ramen noodles like around it? Can it be spelled in gummy worms and ramen noodles?
Oh my God, yes.
Right, yes, together.
Yes, someone
make it so. Oh
my God.
The whole time I've been trying not to make bad Star Trek jokes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's going to happen.
I know.
So Akiba asked, so how did you all get together? So Dirtbag Boyfriend and I have known each other for a while, and I've done a couple charity streams on Roll20. So I did the Dragon Age game, which I don't know who saw that game that's in the chat or that's here. And we've been talking about trying to do a regular show, and I'm a big nerd. And I do love Star Trek. I grew up on Star Trek, and it was a chance to do this. And so I asked everyone here to be on the show. And you all can talk about, like, were you like, oh God, why are you asking me to do this?
No, I mean, like I've known Tanya for years at this point. We've worked on several different projects together. We live not too far from each other. So I know that when Tanya says something's cool, like I know she has very discerning taste. So I'm like, it's got to be cool. So I had to check it out. And so far, this has been a great decision. This was a very fun first episode. I'm looking forward to.
Yay!
Yeah.
Maniac Purple Tentacle said it should also involve instructions on how to airlock a tribble.
Done.
Okay, that was one of the most hilarious parts to me, was that you guys just decimated that tribble. Like
I'm not. Wait, this is not a PG channel, right? Like,
no,
I'm not fucking around with tribbles.
Yeah.
No, like that is like, so my character has xenobiology, and it's one of those things where, yeah, it was like between that and the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Like I felt like those two things like met at this tribble must die.
And that's my doorbell. I'll be right back.
Okay. I was like, is that a landline?
I know. I'm like, well, who calls your home phone?
Yeah, that did sound like one of those like Cisco, like those Cisco like VoIP phones.
Word.
Tribble be gone, right?
I met Tanya at the Stream of Many Eyes. Was the first time we met.
Oh, okay.
And Sharif, like we all met at the Stream of Many Eyes, and it was dope. And Tanya was like, "Hey, you want to do this thing?" And Alex was like, "Hey, do you want to do this thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, the thing." So now we do the thing.
I haven't met any of you until right now.
Hey.
But it's super rad. Actually, like I followed all of you on Twitter, and we've all interacted on Twitter a little bit.
Was it you that went to Dragon Con, or was it?
I was at Dragon Con.
Okay, Sharif. Okay, I couldn't remember. I knew that one of the other cast members who was not me also went to Dragon Con, because I was like, somebody else went.
Yeah.
Random aside.
Yeah, I was on a bunch of science panels at Dragon Con. It was very, very fun.
That was the first con I ever went to.
Oh my god, that sets your expectations way too high.
Wow.
Anytime anyone's like, "Oh, it was overwhelming," I'm like, "This is nothing."
No, this is
I walked through 5 tunnels to get through hotels.
Yeah.
Right.
Standing in Georgia heat.
17 Harleys that almost hit me in the face with a bat.
Yeah, it is legit the best cosplay I've ever seen.
Oh,
in
yeah.
one place.
Yeah. But
People cosplay the carpet.
They do. Oh no, I know so many carpet. I was watching a stream last night. Somebody had the carpet backdrop. That was their overlay. But I got involved. Tanya reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to be involved. And I've known Tanya for about almost 2 years now, and I was very honored. I've always wanted to get involved in a tabletop campaign on Twitch. I've been trying to work with someone to start one, and we keep missing. So this is delightful. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been 2 years already.
Almost. It's PAX.
Wow.
It's April. Well, I guess no. It's only September.
Well,
till tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's
like
a question.
4
There's
more
a question for Helena in the chat.
Helena. What?
Yes.
Where?
Yeah, it says, is Helena's goal for her to get the captain to get the feels from Maniac Purple Tentacle?
Yes. Yes, very much so. Everyone around her will get the feels. Like, it's just kind of, she's bubbly. You can't like, she's fierce. Don't get it right. Like, she's very fierce, but only when she needs to be.
Yeah, I feel like what was the cartoon with the little girl that's like, "Okay, I love you, bye-bye."
Is it Animaniacs?
Yes.
Was it Elmira?
Yeah.
No, Tiny
I'm
Toons.
gonna hug you and squeeze you and kiss you. Love you.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, Elmira. Shout out to Tiny Toons.
Right.
Great show.
Wow. Because I was just like, wow, I just imagined her, but like a brown version with like, "Look, I brought you candy."
Do you want a kitty?
I don't know. After Sharitha had to space the Tribble, she might.
Yeah, that was.
Cats are fine.
Tana.
Cats are fine. Tribbles can go
trib themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I have a Tribble in here somewhere. I could have.
You have it?
Yeah, I have my Tribble here.
Oh, dude, I told you, if there's something that I need, like that you mentioned, I can grab it in my room in like probably under 5 minutes easily, and only just because it's covered in confetti.
I've got a Tribble. I just couldn't find it before the episode.
Everyone has a Tribble.
And that's the trouble with Tribble.
That is the trouble. They keep multiplying.
Now, eventually, if we all just start finding Tribbles in our house, it's like, look, it started as a joke. Now we've just gotten ridiculous. Now there's really Tribbles showing up.
Don't send us Tribbles.
Please don't
send me
us
Tribbles.
Legit. Like,
okay, send Christina Tribbles.
Christina, like, let me Brady Bunch this down here.
I've got a PO box. You can send me all the candy you want, just not a Tribble. I actually like circus peanuts, so I will take that tribute.
Really?
Yes, I do.
You taking one for the team there?
I like circus peanuts. That's why my teeth are jacked up now, but I still like them.
Those are on Helena's list of nah. It's a very short list, but circus peanuts are on it.
Wow, the circus peanut hate in the chat is real.
Maybe and cowtails
in
what?
Cowtails. It's like caramel and I don't know. It's something in the middle. It's like a cream.
Yeah, it's gross. It's like, oh, this should be good. Oh no, it's not.
It'll be like a donut or a Swiss roll. No. Lies.
Oh, I
indicated.
Wow, Ewok,
No.
thanks.
Y'all need some curly whirlies.
Yeah, there's another question for me, I guess. It says, will from CJ, it says, will Marshawn not rest until he and Forlin are #science team? Yeah, so one thing I'm really trying to do with this character is really make him really young and impulsive but like smart, but like very like, just not good at social stuff and very impulsive. So he is kind of looking for someone to latch on to, and definitely at this point in the story, he absolutely is trying to win over Forlin. Like that's why he yelled the straight shooter thing, because he thought he was like impressing Forlin by even though he used it in the completely wrong way. So yeah, he is absolutely about making Forlin his they gotta be science team together. So yeah, he's that's his goal right now for sure.
Okay, so if there's no more questions in the chat, or if there are questions, think of them, but just say question or something. But before we end, can people give a little background on the characters? Obviously, something you want to something you want to share that's not going to be a spoiler, or something you want to do for maybe a future episode. But just a little background on your character and kind of why you decided to play that character.
First, somebody in the chat had a what? Could you repeat your question? I just didn't see it. Akiba.
Okay, I don't. How far back did you ask your question?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't. I was trying to look for them. I apologize for that.
Oh, I found it.
Representation. Was that the question?
I think that was like a statement.
Yeah.
So you're all doing My Dream, a group of POC playing role-playing games online. Talk about the significance of
this is a question.
Whoops.
I took the word about out. Like, talk about significant. Like, that's how I read it.
Can I?
Sure. Go
ahead.
Sure. For me personally, Star Trek is very personal, and like even going into the backstory, Nichelle Nichols was the first POC on television. She was the first Black woman in a non-service role on television. So like to be able to be a group that's honoring this show that really was ahead of its time as far as allowing that type of representation, and to have this platform to do so, it's very exciting. I think it's really nice to be able to let people know, like, not like we have Black women, we have Black dudes, like we play games, we play tabletop, we do. It's very real. This isn't an anomaly. Like we were able to gather these people in a short amount of time to do this. Like we're here, we're present and representing.
Right. I didn't need to be taught what Star Trek was to do this.
Right.
Like it's in my zeitgeist, right? Like I understand it. And I agree. Like, and Nichelle Nichols and Kirk had the first interracial kiss on TV, I believe. And as the daughter of interracial parents, I think that's amazing. And they helped pave a path for me to be here. And I think that that's pretty significant. I love the fact that this entire cast because you see casts of all varieties. I love this. I think this is a great addition to all the awesome role-playing broadcasts that are out there today.
Also, in my situation, I'm not like a huge Star Trek person. My mom was, and that's how I grew up watching Star Trek, as I watched it as a kid. So to me, it's like it's honoring all the things that have already been said. I love that I get to be in the future where being a non-binary person of color is like not as strange as it is now. People are like, it's still like a strange thing, I guess. And being able to like combine my personal passion for the cool futures of Star Trek, along with like honoring all the stuff that like my mom was super into sci-fi and Star Trek specifically. Putting all that together and being able to be on a cast with a bunch of cool people that I've seen their work in like all these different fields. Like everybody does different stuff, and then some similar things is super rad to me. So I'm like the rookie appreciating all of the veterans here.
Hey, you are not a rookie. I have retweeted so much of what you said about representation tabletop Dungeon Commander. Because I remember I was either home from a convention or traveling to one, and you had a really good thread where you're like, "This is what I gotta say. This is all I got the energy for. Deuces, I'm out." And I was like, "Friend has spoken the word today, and I've got the energy, so let me keep going." So you are not the rookie here. Um, and I'm really really glad that you're here, and I'm really glad that you said yes because I've admired what you've said about tabletop representation for a very long time.
Mhm.
And as for me, like Christina, seeing Nichelle Nichols as a kid and seeing someone who's not a maid, who's not a hooker, who's not in a gang, who's not like a servant, and actually has a speaking role and was important, and realizing the importance of her role in that show as I got older and seeing all the things that she does and what she speaks about and just how important it was for me as a young black girl to see someone like her and not give up my interest in science and not give up my interest in all of this because of seeing someone like her on a TV show and then seeing her in the films as I got older and then seeing like Tuvok and all these other characters. It's important to me because I grew up with D&D. I played from first edition. I'm one of those people that had to hide playing D&D from my mom because she thought it was satanic. And, having that outlet for imagination and having a place to not just nerd out about stuff that I love, but nerd out with other brown folks and not be judged for it, not be told I'm trying to be white, not be told that, that's not for me. And now being in a place where I can forge that path for other people is important and is humbling. Because Rivals of Waterdeep, it's our second season, and there are times when it's like 10-year-old me, 15-year-old me could never have imagined
Yeah.
a chance to be on a show and do this as part of what I get to do, both for fun and for work, and to be lucky enough to have such an amazing group of people.
You guys are gonna make me cry.
Oh yeah.
No, you're part of it too, Miss Christina, because you and B Dave are two of the people that it was just so important for me that you were there through many eyes, and you're present, and you're amazing, and you're talented, and to be among people like that have just so much to give to the community.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that really helped me. You guys are very welcoming, and I think one of the reasons I didn't do tabletop a lot when I was younger, even though I did almost everything else, quote unquote nerdy, was because I just didn't think it would be welcoming to somebody that was not already a master of it. It was like a chicken or the egg thing. It's like, so yeah, Christina, definitely when I first met you and when I first met everybody here, everybody was always super like, it was never like standoffish or like there could be only one, like kind of attitude, which you sometimes see in some areas. So yeah, this has been great. And yeah, like Tanya said, I really hope that people, whether young people or people new to tabletop or like whatever, can see a show like this, and this can be the show that I wish I had, as somebody growing up and not thinking tabletop was a possibility. So
yeah. I remember being, I think I'm me and Ton, well, I always say I'm the old lady of the group, but she gets annoyed, but I always feel, but I remember getting my first D&D module when I was like 9, which is like 1982. And I remember, like, I still have my dice somewhere. We were showing them off on screen the other day, and I remember getting it and not having anyone that I felt like I could play it with, because I was so like, well, okay, how do I translate these awesome things into playing with people? Because I wasn't sure that it was my space, right? Like that's something I can identify now as an adult. And so I really love this. I haven't tabletopped in years, and this is fantastic. I'm super psyched.
nice.
I also want to say real quick 2 things, because I feel like I run into these 2 things, and I know that everybody on this cast runs into these things as well. But like, not only are we like all, it is very important that we are an all POC cast and we all have these like very different experiences and shared experiences, but like we're also all people. We're also all here to play the game, not just be representatives of the culture, both to be us, which is the culture, and our individual selves. Which is like that complex existence. So like it's not just, oh, we're here to be this POC cast to like blaze forward on a path. Like we're here to have fun and play the game. And also that the existence of this show as being like an all POC cast and stuff is absolutely fantastic, but this also shouldn't be the goal. Is to have all the POC together, and this is the one POC show, and all the other shows have no like people of color on them, and or just like the one kind of thing, and like really expanding and understanding that like if you are like watching the show and being like, oh, diversity is great, and like I'm so glad that we're supporting like these people of color, and that we have this thing for people of color to watch and get into the thing. That also expanding into other shows and into other content is equally as important for the promotion of diversity and stuff like that. So support all of these amazing people and demand them and other people that you think are awesome and lovely be on other shows and stuff. And Roll20 is being super awesome, amazing at that right now. And so are all of these people in getting others like myself, who I just met all these people, they're wonderful. Getting other people in, processing that, putting them into other things, and like promoting and like caring about each other, because like that's real community, and that what you see here is a product of like real community coming together and working, and we need to expand that into all of the other bits of the community to really like be diverse. So
and
go ahead, Christina.
It's like all of this is really important, and it's great, and it's exciting. It's like you said, we are here to play the game. We love what we're doing. Like this isn't just a blip for us. Like we're living it. We love it. And we're grateful for the space to do so. And it is important to examine your tables. Like you can't go around and say, I love XYZ, but you're not living what you're speaking. So make sure we are examining our tables. Make sure that you are welcoming people. And I'm very big against gatekeeping. It's one of my pet peeves. You should not be telling anyone they can't. Like everyone starts somewhere. We're all starting somewhere. Like for some of us, it's our first time playing this particular game, but it may not be our first time in gaming, but this particular game. So learn with us. We hope that you learn from us, and give other people that space and the grace to learn and to grow. And oh, you don't know this. Like none of that. Just be welcoming, be kind. And if you can't be kind, be quiet. Yeah.
No, that's true. And the last thing I'll say before we kind of go around and say who we are and where to find us is anyone in the chat who's not a person of color who loves tabletop, listen to what we're saying. Don't go, oh, people don't do this, surely they don't do that, and act surprised when we're still reticent to go to conventions, to come to game stores, to do things. And I said this on a panel of PAX. I'm going to say it again here and say it again every time I get a chance. Leave racism out of your settings. We're playing Star Trek. It's 24th century. We should not be at a point where we're still talking about racism and things like that, unless as a bunch of Black folks, we decide this is our sly way to talk about a contemporary issue in this game, versus the one Black person at the table has to have a background of slavery or what have you.
Right.
Think about who's at the table, what it is you're trying to do, and get away from the geek social fallacy of we're all buddies, so everything goes. We're just here to have fun, because it's never just a game for some of us. And with that very serious note, I would like everyone starting with, and it's weird because I'm looking at the screen, so it's the opposite of how the call is. Starting with Forlin, who are you? Where can folks find you? What else do you do? Plug everything.
Hello, I am DC. You can find me at Dungeon Commander down there. I am currently working on a game called Mutants in the Night, which will be done soon. It is in early access. You can find it on my pinned tweet. Follow me on Twitter for all information about everything. There's stuff in the chat as well. and it has my itch.io and all of that stuff. You can meet me in person at Big Bad Con, which we'll be at later this year. I'm going to try and get TwitchCon figured out because I live very close and I want to meet all of these people in person and give them hugs if they're totally down for hugs. And at Metatopia in November and PAX Unplugged in December. Very busy few months.
Marshawn.
Hey, so my name is Sharif Jackson, SHAREEF Jackson. You can go to sharifjackson.com, and there's a My Projects button. It'll have links to all the stuff I'm working on. That's including the Spawn on Me podcast, which is a weekly video game podcast. That's Rivals of Waterdeep, which Tanya already talked about, a weekly D&D show. And links to Gaming Looks Good, which is a gaming YouTube series that I do. Science Looks Good, Science Blog, and Math Looks Good, my math tutoring service. So yeah, just hit SharifJackson.com. That'll also have links to all the social media stuff, which is also all at Sharif Jackson. So check it.
All right, Christina.
Hey. So my name is Christina Ariel, Krystina Arielle. And so you can find me on Twitter, Instagram under that, Christina Ariel Cosplay on Facebook. Every Monday at 9:00, I host a weekly nerd talk show on facebook.com/nerdbotmedia called Nerd Talk Live. Tomorrow you can find me at 12:00 on Nerdist News Talks Back, co-hosting with Jessica Chobe. Tuesday at 2:00 on Encounter Roleplay, I am playing a vampire named Anais on Carnival of Blood, Vampire the Masquerade role-playing game. At 7:00 on D&D's Twitch, on Tuesdays, you can find me on Sirens of the Realms. It's our season premiere on Tuesday at 7:00, twitch.tv/D&D. Thursday, I will be at NYCC. If you want to come and say hi, if you're there, I will be in a really cool new costume that I'm really excited about, but not saying until the day before. But other than that, it's Mondays, every Monday night at 9:00 on facebook.com/nerdbotmedia. Tuesday on twitch.tv/encounter roleplay for Carnival of Blood, Vampire the Masquerade, and twitch.tv/D&D every Tuesday night. And of course, here on Sundays at 4 p.m. for Star Trek Adventures. Yeah, that's it. Hi.
How do I follow that?
With that beautiful face.
Like this.
Yeah.
My name is, people call me Misty, but here on Twitch and on Twitter, actually on all the social media. Oh my God, mine is really huge on there. Sorry, I wrote too much because I see it come up and highlighted. I'm like, oh shit, I wrote too much. So I'm Imperial Girl. IMP, or I'll spelling it. I can't spell it. So find me on Twitch. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you'd like. I stream gaming and sewing, primarily sewing here on Twitch. I've done a lot of projects you might have heard of in the past. I joke with ThinkGeek that I will bank on that sleeping bag forever. And I did make the original for their April Fool's Day thing. And so you can get things I've made off ThinkGeek before, but I do I do commissions for companies large and small, and for people in between. I will be at TwitchCon. I do not know if I have a meet and greet, but I will be at TwitchCon. And if I don't have an official one through Twitch, I'm going to arrange something. So if you'd like to say hi, I too love hugs. So I'm all about that life right now. And I will be at MagFest in January. And here on Sundays. I think that's it. Did I cover everything? I feel like I didn't, but that's fine.
I'm going to hug you at TwitchCon so hard, Misty. Like all y'all. I'm hugging all of you with permission and consent, but I'm hugging you all. Tanya knows I will run up on her.
Right. No, just like be glad I like you.
Right. I'm just going to make sure I see, because I had someone run up on me at PAX East and I was like, oh.
Like, where'd you come from?
Because it was somebody, he very nice person. He was very tall and he smushed me. And I look at my manager and I'm like, is this okay? Am I safe? Are we good?
Yeah. I have a Blurred Con story that's for later. Alex knows this story. I recently got tackle hugged by someone I did not know except through online, and I was like, "Hi, what are you doing?" But I do too much. I don't sleep. My name's Tanya, known as Cyphertier everywhere online. CYPHEROFTYR. This upcoming week, I will be in San Francisco. If anyone's there for Streamlabs conference, the public can go. There are still tickets on Eventbrite. As far as I know, I'll be on a panel about diversity in streaming. And then after that, I'm giving a keynote at Different Games Conference in Worcester, like the sauce.
Worcestershire.
You're in Worcester.
Yeah, that Worcester,
It's
Massachusetts.
Worcester, I'm telling you.
Oh,
All right, I believe
town
you.
is Worcester.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
From Massachusetts. So the town,
Yeah, I'm about to
the
say.
town is Worcester, but the sauce is Worcestershire.
Yeah.
Thank you. And the chat is helping me with my pronunciation.
It's very weird. I only know because I went
Um,
to school in Rhode Island. That's the only reason.
Okay. I was
I
just
live in
like, I
Rhode
keep
Island.
seeing it and my brain pulls up the Bugs Bunny sketch. And then I too will be at TwitchCon. I'm on 5 panels, and the nonprofit that I run is a day job. I Need Diverse Games will be in the Twitch Unity Lounge. Please come by and say hello. We do a lot of stuff. Partner variety streamer on Twitch. You can find me on Sundays before this show on Rivals of Waterdeep on twitch.tv D&D. And after TwitchCon, I will be in LA for Patreon's conference, and then Gamehole Con, and then PAX Unplugged, and then I don't want to go anywhere until January 29th. So I am doing several conventions for October and November. So follow me on Twitter, follow my site, and you can keep up with all my shenanigans. And I think that is it for our very first episode. What do you think?
Yeah. Feel good.
That was
Yay.
fantastic. Very fun.
Yeah, let's
That's
go
awesome.
crash into a neutron star.
That's next week. That's next week.
So over under on how many of us will have gummy worms and ramen that will be like
I
Candy, hugs, candy, hugs.
I can't not promise that I've already placed a
An order.
Prime
An
order.
Oh my God.
and I
thanks,
will
Daddy
be
Bezos.
I will be braiding some so I can have for
Oh my God.
I'll try it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
literally gonna go eat ramen like right now.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
will
Wow.
wreck my diet for that. Now I want ramen.
This is absolutely happening.
All right. Everyone
Great.
go
Holler at us. Holler at us, Marukan.
And someone made a clip of the show. Please tweet it at us and tag Roll20.
Yes, please.
I saw it in the chat, but the chat moved very fast. So whoever made that clip, please tweet at us because that was hilarious. Thank you all for making our first episode so much fun, and we'll see you in a week. Have a good night.